So we'll start with a seated grounding meditation, and then just check in to see what's up. Just really observing to see the state of the mind, the state of the body, the state of the breath, and our energy, and all of that. And then move into our movement portion through yoga poses, functional movement, building up some joint resiliency, some mobility, flexibility, strength, all that good stuff, into lymphatic shaking, and then we'll end with a nice long shavasana, final relaxation pose with this new tank top, but I'm not sure it works with this bra underneath. It's fine, just making it work. Yeah, alright. Is this working? I think this will work fine. Just gonna get chat open over here. So everything that I lead you through is an invitation. Don't get hung up on it having to look any certain type of way. It's more important about how it feels. So that's the commitment here. That you step off your mat physically feeling better than you stepped on. Emotionally, mentally, whatever comes up, and it's all good. There's no goal in that regards or anything like that. And yeah, do what's going to work for your body. So push yourself as far as feels good, and as far as you're interested in exploring today, and no further. There's nothing to prove. Nobody can see you. It's just you and yourself. So be kind to that self. Alright. Let's begin. Finding a comfortable seated position. Like sitting cross-legged. You might sit on top of a blanket or a towel or a pillow just to get your hips higher than your knees. And then heart comes up over hips, head over heart. Hands come to rest on the lap, either palms down to ground down, or palms up to give and receive energy if you feel you've got a little extra to give today. Eyes can close or lower to a soft gaze, if that's more comfortable to you. Just allowing them to rest on something so you're not glaring at anything in particular. We'll start with 3 cleansing breaths. In through the nose, shoulders rise up towards the ears, and an audible sigh out through the mouth, shoulders drop away. And allow the breath to continue just in and out through the nose, returning to a natural breath's pace. We'll take a moment here to arrive. We'll let go of everything that came before and everything that's to come up after. And just become present to yourself here in this moment, here in this space. And begin to allow sounds into your awareness. It might be sounds at some distance, like passing traffic or singing birds. Or the sounds might come from within your home. allowing all sounds in, all part of this moment, this experience. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. And feel the weight where your body makes contact with the ground below you. Weight of your hands on your knees. And begin to scan your body. First, taking a general sense of how the body feels today. Light or heavy, tight or loose, just a general sense. And begin to scan the body from head down towards toes, like passing through an X-ray machine. Scanning for any places of tightness or sensitivity. Any restlessness or fidgeting. And just taking note to work into the places that call out for your attention throughout your practice here today. And we'll shift that attention from the body, Anamaya Kosha, to the energetic level, Pranayama Kosha. On a scale of 1 to 10, notice where you're at energetically in this moment. 1 being exhausted, fatigued, ready to crawl into bed. 10 being so full of energy it's hard to sit still. And shift the awareness to the breath. No need to change it, just observe inhalations, exhalations, whatever space in between. And just noticing the quality of the breath. Does it fill the belly or the chest? Does it feel even and balanced? Just noticing. And we'll shift the awareness up to the mind, Manamaya Kosha. Allow thoughts and feelings to arise freely here. Just observing them from a distance, no need to engage, like clouds passing in the sky. Just notice, what are the quality of the thoughts today? Do they have a positive or a negative tilt to them? Are they harping on some long, drawn-out drama? Or are they random, sporadic, quick bits of thoughts? Not right or wrong, not good or bad, just something to notice. We'll bring the attention back down to the breath. This time actively expanding the breath with every inhalation, sip in a little more air. And every exhale, let something more go. Inhaling into the belly, it expands like a balloon inflating. And exhales, draw belly button in towards spine, deflating. Inhaling in and out through the nose. These deep belly breaths. We'll begin with our pranayama for April, our box breath. So it's a 4-part breath. So we will inhale for the count of 4, hold the breath for the count of 4, exhale for the count of 4, and inhale for the count of 4. In that cycle, it's like a box. In, hold, out, hold, and repeat like that. So inhaling through the nose for 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, inhale, continuing at your own pace, the count within your head. Doing your best to completely inhale during that 4 count. You can always extend the 4 count to count slower to get all the breath in, but then just make the hold and exhale equal to that count. Aiming to get all the air out of the lungs on the exhale as well within that time frame. Keep the shoulders relaxed, keep the jaw relaxed, allow some space between top and bottom teeth. Next time you exhale, releasing any effort from this breath, from this pranayama. Returning to a natural pace. So working on this breathing exercise helps us build a relationship with the breath so that we can work with it as a tool off the mat and the rest of our lives to calm our nerves, to calm our system. Invite your hands to meet at heart center, palms pressed together in Anjali Mudra. No space between the fingers and the thumbs press into the sternum. Consider here setting an intention or a dedication for your practice, your reason for showing up to practice today. And the invitation is to set it in the positive and present tense. So it's as if it's already happening. It might sound something like, I flow through life with ease and grace. And we'll seal that intention with the sound of Om. Of course, you're invited to chant along with me. First, a cleansing breath. Allow your hands to release to your lap, chin drops towards chest. And on an inhale, right ear rolls over towards right shoulder. Exhaling, chin to chest. And left ear towards left shoulder. Just gently inviting movement into the body, opening the space between ear and shoulder, trapezius muscle. And the next time the right ear rolls over the right shoulder, right hand comes to land on top of the left side of the head. No pulling, just the weight of that hand is enough. And left arm reaches away. Reaching through the fingertips, we gently release the hand down at the tented fingertips. I'm just barely grazing the ground. Really, I'm just reaching at an angle to extend this space on the side of the neck. I give my head a little nod, yes, to find where the sweetest part of that stretch is. Once you find it, keep the breath going in and out through the nose if that's available. Keep this right shoulder relaxed. Release the hands back to the lap. Chin rolls down through chest. And left ear rolls over towards left shoulder. Left hand lands on top of right side of the head. Just the weight is enough. And the right arm reaches away. Gently float that arm down, fingertips just grazing the ground. And here's a little nod, yes, to find stretch in the neck. Just let the left shoulder relax away. Just breathing in and out through the nose. Just keeping the mind's eye on the stretch. And we'll release the hands to the lap. Head rolls down through center. Bring it up to neutral. Let's roll the shoulders forward, opening up the space in the upper back and between the shoulder blades. And roll the shoulders back, opening space in the chest, the collarbones. Coming to stillness in the shoulders, arms sweep up overhead. And exhale here, just reaching towards the sky. Right hand releases down, left arm reaches over with an inhale. We press into the ribs. So I'm pressing up this way from the middle of my ribs. Take a deep breath in, opening up these intercostal between the ribs muscles. And exhale back through center. Left hand releases down. Right arm reaches over, inhaling, opening this space between the ribs. And exhale back to center. So we're just lateral stretching and bending here. Inhale to the side. Keeping this left hip glued to the ground. Exhale, center. Inhale, bend. So opening up this space, expanding the space between shoulder and hip. And exhale, center. Once more to each side like this. And the exhale will twist to the right. Left hand lands on right knee, right hand lands on the ground behind you. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. So it's not the deepest twist of your life or anything like that. We're just warming the body up to this motion. Really opening the chest towards the side walls. Once more to each side. And this time when you sweep up overhead, we'll exhale, bending over to the right as before. But sweep the arm in front of the body, right arm follows. Just a little free movement today in the spine. Just feeling a little tight in my back, so I'm feeling a little extra free movement today will be good. And we'll change directions, sweeping over to the left. Right arm leads in front, left arm follows. And the next time you find your arms up overhead, you hold them there. And then elbows bend, hands come to ear height. Give it a wave out as we warm up the hands and wrists, all the muscles, tendons, ligaments in between. Palms flip down, fingers wiggle side to side. Palms look open to the sky. Fingers spread wide, so you're trying to get your fingertips to your forearms. Allowing them to move side to side. So this takes quite a bit of effort, really reaching the fingers back. And then like you're shaking off water. Just gently shake your hands out. 3, 2, 1. All right. We'll bring the fingers to the jawbone, just below the ears. And then open up the fingers about an inch away from the head. And we'll give the head a slide side to side. So we're working on this neck mobility. Been working on this neck mobility. Side to side, mindful to keep the shoulders dropped away. Don't start lifting the shoulders or anything like that. And then the other thing to look out for is we don't want to be turning our head. We want to just be sliding the head side to reach the fingers. Still breathing in and out through the nose if that's available for you. 3, 2, 1. All right. Shake it out. Give the head a little look over each shoulder. Drop ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. All right, we'll start with our neck rolls. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see the form, but you can stay facing forward. You can see where state the hairs in. It's fine. Just relaxing the body from shoulders down. We're just working on the neck mobility here, so chin drops towards chest, leading with the nose. I'm reaching down as far as I can, as far forward as I can, as far up, back, and then chin tucks back in towards chest. We're smoothing this movement out. Keep it nice and slow, keep the breath strong and smooth. And we'll change directions here, pulling chin in towards chest, dropping the head back, then reaching up. This time we're reaching with the chin all the way forward, all the way down, then chin twists back in towards chest. Back to center. Shake that off a bit. Alright, and we'll extend the legs out in front. And place any blocks or blankets off to the side. Let's begin to wake up the legs here. Spread and scrunch the toes. Point and flex the feet. Rolling the ankles out. Change directions. Bend in the knees. Feet come nice and wide, and we'll just drop the knees side to side, beginning to wake up the hips, just bringing some mobility into the lower legs. And next time the knees fall over to the right hand lands close to the hips on the ground. Left arm sweeps up. We're going to lift up onto the knees, hips and chest rise. Oh, I got DMCA strike for this song, so sorry, XXYYXX, we can't play you on stream anymore. Alright, so as we lift up with the inhale, belly and chest rise, and exhaling, hips touch down, we drop the knees over to the left. Right arm sweeps up. We lift up with chest and hips. So we're just opening this front side body. Loose. Exhaling, hips touch down. We bring it over to the other side. Following the breath in to rise. And out to change sides. Once more to each side like this. And we'll allow the knees to fall over to the right. Hands come to frame this right knee. Bring it to a tabletop pose. Hands below shoulders, knees below hips. On an inhale, belly drops, hips and chest rise. Cat pose. And exhaling, round in the spine, chin tucks towards chest for cat. Breathing all the air out, belly button in towards spine. Inhaling, belly drops, hips and chest rise. I'm pressing my hands down and back, knees down and forward, like I'm trying to scrunch the mat together. And I'm going to use that, don't actually do it, use that grip to get an even deeper arch in my spine. And exhaling, I press my hands down and forward, press my knees down and back. I'm trying to rip the mat apart to get a deeper rounding in the spine for cat pose. So I'm using my body, resistance, and the environment to deepen the postures. Inhaling and exhaling out through your nose. And let the speed of your body be informed by the length of your breath. So you're calibrating with your own pacing here. Don't get hung up on how fast or slow I'm going. And the next time you exhale into your cat pose, complete exhale there, completely squeeze out all air from the lungs, and release to neutral. Let's sweep the right arm open. Just give it 3 big circles back. And the next time the arm is up towards the sky, we'll weave it through for thread the needle pose. So I'm landing on my right shoulder and the right side of my head. Left hand's pressing into the ground to stack left shoulder over right. And I keep my hips up over my knees. So it's a twist in the spine as well as a shoulder stretch. So I'm using this bottom arm like a kickstand to press stronger or softer into the ground to find the nicest part of the stretch on that shoulder blade. And then to play with balance here, you might extend this left leg long. So I'm just lifting the knee up. I'm still on my toes. Slowly taking time, perhaps to point the toe, bring a little levitate, a little float to the foot, and that whole leg can extend up, floating up, reaching away. It brings more weight into this right arm that I'm stretching. It's the right side of the neck and shoulder blade. Still breathing fully. Float the foot down just so they came, nice and slow without momentum. Knee touches down, and the right arm reaches back up towards the sky. Release that hand down, and the left arm sweeps open to the sky. And we'll just 3 big back strokes here. Just really getting into that shoulder. Next time the arm is up at 12 o'clock, we'll exhale and weave it through, landing for thread the needle. I'm just going to turn so I can still face you. You can hear what I'm saying. Hips stay up over the knees. Right hand's on the ground in front of the chest. Helping open up the shoulder. Trying to stack right shoulder over left shoulder. So that's not, my goal isn't to get the shoulder over the shoulder, that's just the direction of the body. My goal is to get a nice deep stretch in this bottom left shoulder. Get a twist in the lower back and middle back. Play with balance on this side, even it out. Extend the right leg long. So I'm just lifting the knee up off the mat. Sitting back through the heel. And then you might point the toe, bring the foot leg to a float. As a slow levitation of that leg up. Still breathing fully. Release in reverse, slowly floating that foot down. Release the knee down. And left arm sweeps up towards the sky. Release the hand down to the mat. And we'll turn the hands out to 3 and 9 o'clock. So begin to lean over side to side here. Fingers are spread wide and the palms never leave the ground. So just giving the wrists a nice deep stretch here. For a deeper stretch even still, you can bring the wrists closer to one another. The closer they are, the more difficult finding the space in there is. But yes, so this should feel intense but not super painful. So it shouldn't feel sharp and painful. It might feel challenging and wrist work is definitely right at the edge of figuring out the difference between sensation and pain. Because too far and you injure yourself and it's just really unnecessary to push yourself too hard with wrist work. Kind of want to be undoing all of the stuff that we put our wrists and hands through, all the small repetitive movements. We don't want to be adding deteriorating type work to it. So we'll stay over the right wrist. So just bringing all my weight over the right wrist here and I'm breathing fully. Bring it over the left hand. And I'm still breathing in and out through my nose if that's available. Back to center. Untwist the hands. Tuck the toes under and sit back on the heels. Here you might give your wrists a little bit of a stretch. release. You can roll out the wrists. A little shake off like water. All right. Let's give ourselves a little space. All right, so here we are. Step the right foot forward between the hands. Let's start. Okay. Better. Right foot's between the hands. Left toe stuck under. Giving it a little stretch back. The right knee is over the right ankle. And just pressing forward and back through that left heel. 3, 2, 1. Step forward just a bit. And then let's work on extending the right leg straight and bending it back. Extend and bend. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight, doesn't have to be the deepest bend. Just waking the leg up. Release onto the left knee. Right knee comes back. Left foot comes forward. Right toe stuck under. Extend that leg straight. And we're pressing back and forth on the right foot. If you're not feeling much of a stretch on the calf, extend the leg even straighter. There's probably a little bend in that knee. Instead, you want to think of bringing the back of your knee towards the ceiling. You can step that foot in a bit and work on straightening and bending this left knee. So once again, it doesn't have to be completely straight, it doesn't have to be the deepest bend. You're just opening up the back of the legs here. And then next time that foot is bent, that knee is bent, step the left foot forward, heel toe the feet out nice and wide, drop the hips deep, bending the knees deep for a low squat, asana. And then extend the legs straight, heads heavy for Uttanasana, forward fold. So we're just going to go between squat and fold, squat and fold. And the next time the legs are extended straight, allow yourself to stay there. The knees can be a little bent or a lot as you're coming into this fold for a ragdoll variation. So the hands can stop pressing the ground away. Give the head a nod yes. Give it a shake no. Grab opposite elbows, creating a frame for the head. You can give yourself a rock side to side. And we'll release it back down through center. Heel toe the feet in towards one another. Big toes come to touch, just a little space between the heels. Hands come onto shins, inhaling to a halfway lift, crown of the head reaching towards the front wall. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale rolls you all the way up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Arms sweep up when you get there. And exhale the hands into steeple pose. So it's like you're holding your own hand here and just release the index fingers. So you're pointing up towards the sky. So big toes are touching, a little space between the heels. Deep breath in. Lengthen the lower back. Exhale over to the right. Hips press over to the left to counterbalance. We're pressing this right shoulder forward, pulling this left shoulder back, keeping the chest open towards the wall in front of you. Keeping both knees straight. It's really tempting to bend the right knee here, but we're keeping it straight instead. And inhale, back up through center. Level out the hips. And exhale over to the left. Hips press out to the right to counterbalance. Really pressing my arms back, biceps by the ears, keeping the chest open, keeping my arms straight, keeping my legs straight. Breathing to this whole side body from hip through intercostal muscles. Pressing through the feet, reaching through the hands. Bring it back up through center. Good morning, Greg. Welcome in. All right, so we're standing here at the top of the mat. Actually, I just turned over to demonstrate. And exhale, forward, fold. Inhale to a halfway lift, hands on shins. And exhale, hands down to the ground. Left foot takes a giant step back. Bring a bend into this right knee so that the step back is more accessible. Left knee is over left ankle. We'll bring it up to a high lunge. Arms sweep up overhead. Alternately, you can bring your hands onto this left thigh like a step in between. And then notice this left hip's going to pull back, right hip's pulling forward. So there's this scissoring action towards center, like my feet are trying to scrunch together to give myself stability in this posture. Arms come up overhead. On the exhale, the shoulders come out away from the ears. I'm pressing strong back through my right heel. If keeping this back leg straight doesn't allow my shoulders to come up over my hips, so you're stuck here, bend in this back knee, and that's going to give you the space in the hips to have the shoulders up over them. So, two options. Fingers interlaced behind the head, releasing the thumbs down the sides of the neck. And an inhale, we'll press the head into the hands. Hands press into the head. Using that leverage, we open the elbows out to the sides. Give the shoulders a stretch. Still breathing fully in and out through the nose if that's available to you. And hands release open up to the sky rather. And then hinging forward like a lightning bolt. We'll press it up toward, we'll hit the wall. So, make sure there's space in front of you. Here we are, hinging forward. And now we're gonna press it to warrior three. So lift off, hands press into the left thigh, right leg floats up behind you. It's like you're trying to make the letter T with your body. Right foot flexes, toes are facing the ground. My hips are square to the ground. Really tempting to start popping this right hip up, but instead we want to keep it down in alignment. And the head reaching towards the front of the room. And then we'll bend in the knees, bringing the right knee in towards the chest, all the way up to stand, and float the foot down. Nice little balance challenge there. Good job, guys. Reset. Big toes come to touch at the top of the mat. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on shins. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Left foot takes a giant step back. So now in this runner's lunge, strong in the legs, right knee over right ankle. Bring the arms and chest up overhead. So shoulders up over the hips. Remember, if you can't quite get there, bend in the back knee. If you can, then you're going to want to keep pressing the back of the knee towards the sky to get a stretch in the back of the leg, and actually in this front thigh. So we're just pressing this left hip forward, pulling this right hip back. Very tempting to splay open almost into a warrior two stance with the hips, but instead we want to keep the hips square to the short end of the mat. Pull it all in together. A little bit of tilting in the, or rather like engagement in the lower abs as well. Almost like you're trying to tilt your hips forward instead of letting them pop out. Arms sweep up overhead with a deep breath in. And exhale, fingers interlace behind the head. Change the interlace now. So however your hands naturally go, if the right index finger is on top, bring the left index finger on top. Right? So goofy grip. Release the thumbs down the side of the neck. And then inhale, head presses into the hands press into the head. And we use that leverage to open the shoulders up by pressing the elbows out to the sides. So why do we change the grip in the hands? So when we use our non-dominant hand, non-dominant variation, we're helping create new pathways in the brain. It's like new options. Breathing fully here. Legs are stronger. The feet are still squeezing in towards one another, like you're trying to scrunch your mat together. Chest can be tilting up, but we want to keep the lower back still long. And head releases to neutral, arms reach up overhead, arms reach forward as we tilt forward for this thunderbolt positioning. Just gonna take a step back and learn my lesson from last time. Give myself a little space in front. So here we are with thunderbolt arms, and then we're gonna launch, pressing into that front leg, falling over, resetting as necessary. Thunderbolt position. Then we're launching up off of this left foot into warrior three. So I'm just gonna press my hands into my right thigh. Pressing back, holding for stability. Flex through the left foot. Toes are facing the ground. Trying to keep my hips level. Trying to make the letter T with my body. Crown of the head reaching towards the front of the wall. Left heel reaching back. We'll bend in both knees. The left knee's pulling in towards the chest. And then I bring myself upright to stand and float that foot down to the mat. Whew. All right, good work. If you stayed with me through all of that, it's very impressive. And then we'll give it a shake out. Even just attempting is impressive. It's like, why not? Why not try hard things that ultimately they lead to more stability and all that, but there's not really a prize at the end. I guess more mobility and better balance, right? So we're gonna bring a shape to it, now a lymphatic shape. Lifting and dropping the heels, soften the knees, creating this jiggle in the body, this shake. Shoulders rise and drop, rise and drop. We bring a little bounce to it. We've been breathing in and out through the nose all class to the best of our ability. So here, we're just gonna allow breath through the mouth as well. Any audible sighs are great. Those are also shown to help relieve stress and tension. So where I went to yoga school the first time, I got to go and stay at Kripalu in the Berkshires in western Massachusetts in the mountains. And there's this practice there called sacred silence. It's not specific to there. There's plenty of yoga retreats and places that do that. But anyway, this is a very popular practice, part of the training setting. I lived there for a month. And you wear these buttons that are like, I'm in sacred silence, so that people don't talk to you and think you're rude. Or you don't have to like feel weird about like not answering people because you're not talking. But no matter like what, so you're not supposed to like make eye contact with people. You just in your mind, in your breath, in your body. So we're still bouncing, guys, by the way. We're still lifting and dropping the heels, you know, shaking out the hands. But no matter who's in silence, everybody there is just always like audibly, dramatically sighing, like, like hundreds of people all the time, like just sighing all the time through the hallways, in the middle of meditation, like in the dormitories, the bathrooms, like, I don't know, it's just my favorite place. And I can't really recommend the audible sigh more. Especially if you're working from home. It's like, why not? Just tell your loved ones, like, hey, I'm gonna dramatically sigh from now on. Just gonna try this on. And see how it goes for you. It's like a silly thing, but I don't know. Sometimes the silly things are the ones that make all the difference. Alright, we've just got like 45 seconds left on this lymphatic shake. I'm going to tell you why we're doing it, why we're doing this. It's to drain the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system carries toxins out of the body. But unlike our circulatory system, which has a heart which pumps blood through, keeping all the systems running smoothly, the lymphatic system relies on movement. We don't get much jumping in our days, most of us. I don't want to tell you what you do or don't do in your life, but this is a really great technique for clearing that out. It also helps interrupt pain receptors in the brain. So, just got this going for another 3, 2, 1. All right, nice tingly feeling, post-shake tingly feeling. And we've got letting go practice here that we practice on the daily. It's called Breath of Joy. It's 4 parts, and it looks like 3 sips of air in through the nose. No exhales in between, just in, and a big ha exhale out through the mouth. It's like a yell involved. So you just want to be like loud and take up space. And it'll look like in through the nose, arms sweep up, in through the nose, arms sweep out, in through the nose, arms sweep up, and a big ha out through the mouth, arms throw back. So, first things first, check to make sure you have space between you and the furniture and walls in your apartment. That's basically what I always need to check for. Alright. I keep my feet nice and wide, maybe shoulder distance apart. And I'm going to bring a nice bend to my knees. We've got about 10 rounds. So, in, ha! In, ha! In, ha! In, ha! 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 3 left. If you haven't joined in yet, now's your chance. Ha! Ha! Last one, make it count. Ha! One hand lands on the belly, one hand lands on the heart. Feet land nice and wide. Just allow your eyes to close. It's okay if you feel a little lightheaded, you're swaying a bit. Just take a moment here to arrive and observe what was created. Some heat, maybe increased heart rate. But what else is created when you let yourself take up space? When you let yourself jiggle, when you let yourself yell. shows up as resistance to stop you from fully participating. Not right or wrong, not good or bad, just something to notice. Gently blink your eyes open, grab a sip of water, towel off any sweat that might have built up. We're gonna meet on the mat, so if you're already down there, you just stay there, we'll meet you there. If not, you can come down with me. Alright, meeting at the back of the mat. Let's inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift, hands on shins. And exhale, bend in the knees, deep, deep, deep. So deep. Then we come down to seated. Allow your feet to touch, knees split open to the sides. Oh, Lucy's ball. When did she bring that? Did you guys catch that? Alright, well, we'll just give the feet a bit of a massage here. Just releasing any tension. Any excuse for a massage, guys. We're gonna take it. You know that if you've been joining me for these past, is it 83 episodes? Live streams? Set classes? Alright, so here we are. Gary grabbing a nice little grab on the feet, on the ankles, on the legs, to get nice and tall. So before every exhale, before every forward fold, I always try to bring in a back bend. So it's a little dramatic, a little bit beautiful, right? But also functionally, it brings more space into the spine, which we always want to find. So inhaling here, I'm pulling my shoulder blades together, tilting my chest up, taking a deep breath in. And exhale, lower down belly, chest, head. It's more like I'm trying to get my heart to my toes than my nose to my toes, which I know I could do, but it's more about finding that space in the spine. And then option here, if you feel like you want to play with the hips a little bit more today, you can use this posture, Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose, to your advantage by grabbing onto the ankles with your hands and then pressing your elbows into your knees. So using this leverage, gripping here and pressing elbows into the knees to press the knees towards the ground. So my goal isn't to get my knees to the ground, my goal is to get to that the nicest part of the stretch on the hips. So right at the edge of where it's like if I went any further it would hurt or take my breath away, then I know that I don't want to go any further than that. Then we exhale. I squeeze more air out of the belly to give more space to my fold. Relax the shoulders. Bring myself back upright. Let's extend both legs long for now. Shake out. Bring the right foot to the outside of the left knee. Right hand comes to the ground close behind you. Left arm sweeps up on an inhale. And exhale, we're twisting to the right. So you can hook the elbow with the knee or hug it. I like the hook personally. And then I press my elbow into the knee to help pull this right shoulder back, opening the chest towards the long side of the mat. Imagine your spine like a spiral staircase from base to crown. Bottom leg flexes away. Every inhale pulls your crown of your head closer to the sky. And every exhale deepens the twist. So it doesn't have to be big and dramatic, it doesn't even have to be visible, you can feel it within your body. Matsyasana, spinal twist, seated spinal twist. When we return back through center, then both hands land on the opposite side. So it's just a counter twist, but I'm not pulling or anything, just letting my body kind of just naturally readjust itself. All right, back to center, extend the right leg long, left foot comes to the outside of the right knee. Left hand comes to the ground close to the lower back. I'm using that to help get my spine nice and straight. Right arm sweeps up on the inhale. And exhale, we twist over to the left, hugging or hooking the knee. I use that knee to elbow or knee to arm touch as leverage to pull this left shoulder back, opening the chest towards the side, long side of the mat. Still breathing fully, even in the contortion of the twist. Every inhale brings length to the spine. And every exhale deepens the twist. And bring it back through center. Extend both legs straight. Actually, let's bend in both knees. Let's just go the easy way and just roll back nice and gentle. Give your knees a hug in, rock side to side. Feet release down onto the ground, close to the hips. I'm going to tuck my shoulders under. And then roll the hips up off the ground for our bridge pose. Peeling hips, lower back, middle back, upper back off the ground. Hands can be down by the sides, palms pressing into the ground, or you might even interlace your hands behind your back. Tucking the shoulders even deeper onto the ground, or beneath you, to give you that leverage to press up. Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. So I'm breathing fully into the belly and out through the nose if that's available, even with the constriction on the throat. One more deep breath here, really pressing the hips up. And then we'll release, untucking the shoulders, rolling down one vertebra at a time. We'll walk the feet out to the edges of the mat and just allow the knees to drop side to side. Next time the knees fall over to the right, we'll hold it there and then bring the right foot on top of the left knee, on top of the left thigh, by the knee. Arms reach up overhead like a full body stretch. And then the right hand grabs onto the left wrist. Just breathing here, relaxing the muscles in the legs. And we'll release the grip on the hands, release the foot from the knee, and bring the knees over to the left. And stack the left heel on top of the right knee. So we're just using that weight to really open up this IT band, this hip. You might feel it on the thigh. I'm not actively pressing, just the grip and the weight is enough. Arms can reach up overhead, and this time it's the left hand that grabs the right wrist. More release the grip from the hand, release the foot from the knee, bring the feet back, knees back to center, and notice, is there any last wiggle or twist or stretch that your body's asking for? And allow yourself to freely move through it now. It doesn't have to have a fancy yoga name, it doesn't have to have a name at all, it can really just be some intuitive movement. All class, we tell our body what to do, and now we just ask back, is there anything left? Often, when our body answers back, it won't be in words, so we're just working on building that relationship, building up that language, that awareness. And as you're ready for Shavasana, final relaxation pose, and extend the legs down the length of the mat. Feet come to land at least a foot apart. Legs so relaxed that the feet naturally splay open to the sides. Shoulders tuck under to support the chest. Arms land at least 6 inches from the body, palm space open to the sky, a symbol, a mudra of receptivity. Allow yourself to receive the benefits of your practice here today. And the head's neutral. It's not on a pillow or a blanket. It's just flat on the ground with the rest of your body. Eyes can close, or if that's not comfortable, you can just keep your eyes at a soft gaze towards the ceiling or the sky. Not looking at anything in particular. If laying flat on your back brings pain to your lower back, you can bend in the knees real deep, bringing the feet super wide to the edges of the mat and knock the knees together. Lift in the hips, tuck them a bit to bring some lengthen the lower back and then lower down. And you can practice Shavasana here in broken bridge pose. That's just going to be more supportive to your lumbar spine. Traditionally, it's with the legs down the length of the mat, but do what works for you. Come up to seated just so I can more easily speak to you and guide you through this meditation. And we'll start this just as we did the last meditation. So Shavasana is all about integration. So we're integrating all that we've learned, all that we've practiced and worked towards. We'll begin this with 3 cleansing breaths, in through the nose and an audible sigh out through the mouth. No need to move the shoulders this time. We're just inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Allow the breath to continue in and out through the nose if that's available. Inviting your exhalations to become longer and deeper than your inhalations. Invite space between top and bottom teeth as the jaw hangs heavy and the tongue falls away from the roof of the mouth, a symbol of chitta vritti, monkey mind. So just invite that monkey to sit this one out. All the muscles surrounding the lips and the cheeks all rest. Nose and nostrils relax, gently allowing air to pass through, like waves lapping up to shore. Eyes rest heavy in their sockets. Eyelids just barely touching. And the space between the eyebrows broadens as all the muscles in the forehead relax. And muscles surrounding the ears with all their wrinkles and folds. And all the way deep into the ear canals. Rest. And the muscles of the back of the head, top of the head. The neck and throat melt away. Shoulders relax. Upper arms and elbows rest. Forearms and wrists release. And the palms, backs of the hands, knuckles, fingers, fingertips, whole hands alive with vibration. Whole hands alive with creative potential. Rest and integrate all that you practice. Upper back, middle and lower back, relax. Chest and belly naturally rising and falling with the breath. Pelvis, glutes, hips rest heavy. Thighs and knees melt away. Shins, calves, and ankles relax. Heels, arches, toe ball mounds. tops of the feet and all of the toes. Relax. Whole body rests. Whole body rests. Whole body rests. Notice if in your mind, if even for just one moment, that inner conversation quieted. Notice if in your breath there's ease. Notice if in your body the places of tension have found space, and the places of restlessness have found peace. Allow for everything that did and did not happen in class today. And know that in yoga, practice makes practice. Allow your inhalations to deepen and become longer than your exhalations. And gently begin to bring movement into the body, wiggling fingers and toes. Head can gently rock side to side. And arms reach up overhead for a full body stretch. Allow your knees to bend and roll over to whichever side feels natural, landing in a fetal position. Fully released and fully supported by the ground below you. You can use that bottom arm as a pillow. And bring to mind any intention or dedication you set for class today. You might take this opportunity to set one now. And if that intention inspires you, take it with you off the mat and into the world. Allow it to affect you and the people around you for the rest of your day. With eyes still closed or gently lowered, press your hands into the ground to come up to a seated position, just like how we started class. Hands come to meet at heart center, palms pressed together in Anjali Mudra. Today we worked on a series of spinal twists and leg flexibility postures. The first namaste I said silently to yourself, thanking your body for the effort it put into class. And the second namaste I said out loud to the community that held this space. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who joined me today. I hope you found something that serves you, whether you were on the ground practicing along with me, just here for the meditations, or just here for the lurk. I hope something serves you, something that I said or something that we practiced resonated. And yeah, namaste, ethereal. And if you did take this time out for yourself, then I'm proud of you. Whatever it looked like, what it looks like is irrelevant. I hope that you can feel good about taking some time out for yourself, because you deserve it. Alright, friends. Happy Monday. I hope you have a great week. I'll see you here on Wednesday. As always, I'm always available through the DMs and whispers of the internet. Feel free to always reach out to me with any questions, recommendations, requests. I'm always really happy to answer those. Yeah, thank you. And thank you so much to everyone who's been tipping and supporting the stream. Not just supporting the stream, you're supporting keeping the lights on in my apartment all month long, my friends. And I really, really appreciate you. So yes, a $5 tip does get you a private link to class, the recording, with timestamps to all of the different parts of class. And so you can jump right to the lymphatic shake if you need a 3-minute shakeout. Oh, I meant to say that. It's 3 minutes. If you ever want to shake on a day we don't meet up, just set a timer for 3 minutes or play a 3-minute long song, and then you'll know how long to shake for to get the full benefits. And yeah, so you guys have all been great. If you are one of the people who's been tipping but not receiving the video link, just make sure to DM me, because there's a few of you that I'm super, super grateful for, but I don't know you. I only have your legal name on PayPal and Venmo, and I don't have your legal name on Twitch, if that makes sense. So I know your screen name, I know your display name on Twitch, and I know your legal name on Venmo, but I can't, and PayPal, but I can't put them together, so I don't know who to send the videos to. So I just want you to know that you guys are on my radar, and I do appreciate you, and I would very gladly send you all the videos that you are owed. If you just send me a message, I'll know it was you. Let's go say hi to our friend Sets and Reps today. I feel like it's Monday. We'll get the day started off strong. The week started off strong. Sets and Reps. He's probably doing something crazy and muscly. So, alright, much love, my friends. I will see you on Wednesday. See you, Greg. Bye, Ethereal. I love you. Hopefully the music was good. I got flagged on YouTube, but we'll see. YouTube, bye.
Oh, snap. Three-eyed tiger. Up in the building. What up, what up? What's going on, guys? How was yoga today? How was the